Hey guys, RC here, back with episode 29 of our Help a Yank series. We are playing Football Manager 2017. Just a real quick announcement. This is going to be the last episode of this series. Not that I've learned anything or everything, far from it. I probably have as many questions, if not more, now than I did at the very beginning, because I think at the very beginning I was probably so ignorant I didn't even know what I didn't know. And now at least I know what I didn't know, and I know that I didn't know anything, and now I know a little bit about not knowing anything, if that makes sense. Anyway, the reason so, I'm pulling up the calendar here. The 26th, this will probably go, I'm recording this today. This will probably go up tomorrow. And then we are 2 weeks away from the release of Football Manager 18. So the way that, of course, recording videos, you can never play as fast as you would like to, or that you could play on your own. So what I want to do is, first off, I want to take, kind of this 2 week period just to not have to worry about doing any FM recordings. I'll be focusing on these other secondary games that I'm doing, Dwarf Fortress, RimWorld. But what I want to do on the Football Manager side is I want to put a lot of time into just playing with this save and working with tactics and just trying some things out and trying to get 2 good weeks of play in and maybe get through the rest of this season, maybe even another season. If I get that far, and I do well or I don't get fired, I may come back and do a recap video. So for those of you that have joined my channel recently, much appreciated for that. Please don't unsubscribe. We will be coming back with FM 18. And my goal for that is to probably start off, it looks like everybody else is doing journeyman saves. So I am probably just going to jump in and do a straight save with Leeds United. They are the team that I root for, that I have a rooting interest in. Certainly not the passion level that some of the diehard Whites fans have, that I have experienced since I've been watching and interacting on some of their forums lately, but still the team that I am inclined to cheer for, and they are the players I'm trying to get to know. So anyway, that's kind of my thought process, is I want to be able to put in 2 really solid weeks of just playing as many games as I can instead of playing 1 or 2 or 3 games a week, for the recording purposes. And I've got 2 other saves on the side that I am playing, but those are just for me. But I want to play with this save because this is the one I'm actually working on, using my own tactics instead of just downloading tactics. So that's kind of my game plan. I want to put in 2 really good weeks, so I'm maybe a little more prepared for when the release of Football Manager 18 comes out, which is in 2 weeks from tomorrow on the 10th of November. So that's my game plan. So please don't unsubscribe. Just kind of hang in there until FM18 starts, and then I will be doing a career save. Let me know in the comments, do you think this Help Me series was worthwhile? Do you think it was a worthwhile effort or attempt on my part? Again, I read every comment. And when you have a small channel like mine, when you get any comments, you're very appreciative, and I certainly am. The goal was, as always, you go back to the first video, was trying to educate me and then hopefully help some other people along the way that were having similar issues to mine. And I think I've made some strides. Not sure how good they are or how far those strides were, but that's all due to you guys watching and making comments. So thank you very much, and I hope you will continue to make comments moving forward on this episode, as well as anything that we do in FM18. So as I've always said, I don't do this to make money. So, I do it to enjoy it and have fun. So right now, to have fun, I want to be able to play, get a little better at the game, hopefully. And I want to try some of the things that you guys have suggested. I want to be able to delve into that a little bit more and a little bit more long term, more than just 1 or 2 games here and there. I want to be able to play, 10 games tonight, basically after I finish recording this episode. I want to be able to play 10 or 20 games tonight and, try to really make some serious strides, and try to get to the end of the season, maybe through the weekend, and see where we are, and then maybe play a second season next week. That's kind of the thought process, and I'm thinking the more games I can play, the more I can try out. And honestly, I may not even do it with Colchester. I may start a new save in somewhere else, and just try to start from square one again. So that's kind of the thought process. Also, my gut's telling me to go with Leeds, because they always say go with the team that you really like, or players that you know, even if it's just a little bit, to help maintain your interest. But here's a question for you, because I do want to play. Now keep in mind, as an American, I'm Western Hemisphere, North and South America. Not that I know the teams or players any better, which I certainly don't, because as I said, I root for Leeds. But I think we have 2 options. One, I can either do the Leeds save, and then later on I can maybe do something else, because that one save probably won't last a whole 12 months until FM19 comes out. So the other option is I could do, one country that I am infatuated with is Brazil. I had the privilege of meeting Pele when I was a youngster. It was his last year of playing professional football with the New York Cosmos in the North American Soccer League. And I lived in Las Vegas, and we had, Pele is the king of soccer, or the king of football. Well, we had brought in an older veteran player by the name of Eusebio, and he was known as the Prince of Soccer, and he was the star that played for the Quicksilver side. And so those two squared off in 1977 in Las Vegas, where I lived at the time. And I've always been a big Pele fan, and had a great interaction with him that stuck with me to this very day. A true gentleman and a true ambassador of the sport. And boy, I would love to meet him one more time. He just turned 77 the other day, this week in fact, and I would love the opportunity to meet him one more time. He wouldn't remember me. I mean, it was just a passing. I was a 10-year-old kid in my little soccer kit, but I'm 50 now. It's been 40 years, and I remember it like it was yesterday. That's how big of an impact that made on me, from his personality and the respect he gave me as a 10-year-old punk kid. Anyway, so the other option 1, play with Leeds. Option 2, do a save. Maybe journeyman style, but just kind of maybe a Brazilian career where I stay only in Brazil, but have other leagues turned on for trading and whatnot. That would be a second option. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, give me your comments, your thoughts in the comments below, which you would prefer. I think the Brazil would be interesting if only 99% of the people doing videos are doing English League, Premier side, or journeyman or whatever. I do know there's going to be a worldwide journeyman from one of the guys that I watch, and I saw a preview today for a Asian region journeyman through the Asia region for someone else that I watch. So I know I don't usually see anything for Brazil. So, that may be interesting just to see something different. So give me your thoughts. I'll think about it. In fact, I may play, like I said, I may start a Brazil side just to get used to the league and play through that here moving up. So give me your thoughts. I'll take it under advisement. I'm leaning towards the lead save right now just because, that way I can actually play with a team that I have a rooting interest for. But let me know what you think. Now, I have been reading a ton, as always, watching a lot of videos. Got a great bit of feedback today over at the SI forums. There is actually a post regarding American football and the comparison from that to Football Manager particular. So I'm still very early in the reading of that, but a lot of what he was telling me made a lot of sense because I know the game of American football much better than soccer, even with my years of playing, being a FIFA licensed official, at lower levels, but so I know a lot about the game of soccer, but, the nuances of it and exactly what a target man or a poacher or a false nine, dude, we called them forwards, midfielders, and fullbacks. That was that was the extent. And the fullbacks defended, the midfielders controlled the midfield and received the ball and played it up front, and the forwards tried to score goals. And we usually played a 3-4-3 type setup, and that was kind of the standard formation. If you did play a fourth defender, it was usually like a sweeper back behind the line. The offside trap, that was radical. Back when I played and was involved, pretty limited information. But anyway, that was a good article, so I will try to remember to put up. In fact, let me make a note. American football. I'll try to put a link to that because I am finding that interesting reading, and that may be helpful for some other people. But then, of course, I'm dealing with Bust the Net and his site, trying to soak up a ton of information. As I mentioned, I think in the last video, I did find a really great series on his channel, and it's answering, it's at least giving me a lot of information overload, to be honest. But basically what it told me is that your mentality, and these are just some things that I picked up from it, mentality affects everything in the game, and focus on that more than your actual tactic. The 4-3-3, the 4-4-1-1. Mentality and what mentality does is it affects your risk tolerance and your decision-making process. So the more you get towards attacking, the more willing you are to play risky football. The more towards the counter and defensive side, the less risks you want to take. Okay? Now, this is where it got interesting, and I think we kind of talked about this, but a lot of my download tactics, like if we go to possessions and goals, you'll see that they all have attacking wingers or fullbacks. And that is something I see just in a ton of tactics. Now, he actually had a tactic that every single duty was a support role. So this is what he said this is one of the things that he said. Defend duties, their job as on defend duty, anybody with a defend duty, is to get the ball and get rid of it. Clear it upfield, no matter where they are. So Slater, he'll drop back, get the ball, kick it up, try to get it up to these guys. But he'll never push upfield because his goal is to stay back, get the ball, and get rid of it. Attacking is to get forward at the expense of anything else and try to put pressure on the goal. Now, he also said with that is an attacking duty does not equate to more shots on goal or more goals scored. I found that amazing. That kind of goes counter to what you would normally think. And as I said, he had a tactic that had support for every position. So what are support duties to him? Well, support duties is, he calls that the spine of your team. He said support people, their duty is just to win the ball. Okay? So defend, get the ball and clear it. Attacking, get upfield at all cost and put pressure on the goal. That leaves nobody actually doing anything with the ball. So your support people are the ones that actually will maintain possession, win the ball, hold up the ball, move the ball up the field in transition, whether it be a slow, passing game or a counterattack style. And then he said that, so that was interesting. He said you should always try to have at least one support person at every level of your tactic. That way at least one person is trying to win the ball and get control of the ball for your team. So that was interesting. And that you can even have support on an attacking player to have them come back to help defend or win the ball. So even the guys up front, your strikers, you could put on a support role. So that was interesting to me. And shape, this right here, what this tells you is how high to push up. The higher your mentality and shape is, the higher, okay, here's what I wrote down. The higher mentality and shape is the more risk you're willing to take and put players into transition. So, and by higher, they're talking about going down towards attacking and going down towards fluid and very fluid. So basically, if you want to kind of play the middle of the road, you would want to be flexible, standard. If you would want to be very, risk-taking and all, attacking, and fluid or very fluid. If you want to be counter and take your time and make sure you're, working the attack, slowly and methodically, then you would want to be highly structured, and defensive or counter. And he said, the other thing he said is you can play that way, but still have a very aggressive attack. And I guess what that means is you can put your team on counter and structured, and they will retain their shape in the back half here from a defensive standpoint. But if you're playing with a high tempo, right, then when they get an opportunity to run that counter, they'll blast the ball and take off, 100 miles an hour. And a lot of that, honestly, to me, seems counterproductive. So anyway, let's go ahead and get in. I'm going to play with the 4-4-1-1 today. I just kind of want to check. I do have a lot of support here. And what I want to do is I want to play the counter. So I'm going to play structured, but I'm going to play with a high tempo, mixed passing. Now he says don't use pass into space, at least not very much. He said he does use it, but pass into space, if you're going to do that, then you have to play deeper on defense because it gives more opportunity for an interception, a turnover. All right. Now, he really didn't talk about the width, but if I'm playing a 4-4, then I want to play extremely wide. I want to take advantage of the whole field. If you run it defenses, that actually sounds like it, from what I've read, is that actually draws defenders out of position to collapse on you, which opens up more space. Okay, I do want to do that, play out of defense, and I think that's all I want to do there. Now I'm going to quick pick. All right, I'm going to put him on support as well. Will he play any farther up as a target man? A little bit, and I can still play him support. All right, so we're going to do that. I'm going to put him as my shadow striker on attack. Guthrie can then drop back. That may put some additional pressure. I'm going to put him as a winger on support. Winger on support. Close down. Okay, so ball-winning midfielder, defending. So get the ball because of his position, but then get rid of it, right? Huh?
Someone's stuff is in our front yard.
What stuff?
Like cleaning supplies and everything.
Like where?
In the front yard.
By that truck?
Yeah.
That's Charles's house. Slater, central mid. Yep, and I'm going to have him on support too. I don't think I want him as a deep-lying playmaker. And the ball-winning midfielder, I don't need two of those. You know, I'm going to make him my advanced playmaker. So that way I have a playmaker on the field. Dickinson, again, he's training, so hopefully he gets better at that. I've already got these guys, both central defenders. Play the ball without giving away a free kick. Yeah, I'm going to make these guys defensive center backs. I just want them getting rid of the ball. That's all I want from them. All right, let me do a quick pick again. Okay, it moved a few people because of their ability. So Dickinson moves up and is actually better there. Prosser moves over. How does that work for Kent? Good acceleration and pace, marking, tackling, heading. So he's solid there. Prosser is actually lacking on the pace side, and so that way I think he'll be better in that support role. He won't be making long runs. The other thing I read is that the look for overlaps, if you have guys on support where they're going to go up and down the field, they will automatically overlap. Okay. Now the other thing I can do is go to this guy and run wide, cross more often, stay wider. So just his normal duty has him doing that. I'm going to take out the two that I added last time. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take these out because I'm changing some things up. And so we'll see how that goes. All right, back to the tactic right there. All right, what's our squad look like health-wise? Not that it matters because we aren't, going to really go longer. But Tommy O'Sullivan refused a contract and will be leaving the team at the end of the year. He is going to be let's see, valued at 230. So I'm going to ask 375. I'm going to say negotiable. Oh, no, negotiable. And offer out to clubs. So anyway, that way maybe I can get something for him before he leaves. I've had a hard time with transfers in this game. All right, well, let's get to the game because we have wasted a ton of time. We're almost 30 minutes in, and we're just talking about all the stuff that I've learned, and I did waste a lot of time talking about what was maybe to come. So anyway, I will be looking forward to hearing your thoughts on Leeds or Brazil or, whatever. Those are, if you have any other ideas, toss them out there. But those are the two that I think that I am looking for. All right, so we're both playing a 4-4-2. I'm playing the 4-4-1-1 version. Looks like he's the support guy. He's the attacker. He's an attacker. Well, he's support. 3 defenders, it looks like. He looks like an attacker on the left wing. So he'll be coming down this way, if I'm reading that right, which with James in support, Kent, Slater, and Murray, that should have 4 guys on him if he, for any runs that he makes. That should give us enough guys collapsing down to hold 3 of them off and be pretty defensive. All right. Let's see, apply advice, continue. Go ahead and take the last. We'll try to pump up their morale just a little bit. So we are doing really badly. I don't know if you remembered, but we're on a horrible run of form. Pitch looks like crap. All right. Let me pause it here and tell you what. I'm going to go, yeah, I was playing a little bit on another save. So we're not going to go extended this time just because I need to shorten the video up a little bit for you guys. My apologies that it's going so long. But I've always said with this series, it was kind of always going to be longer videos. Because we were going to be asking a lot of questions. Cross it in. Nobody there. Nobody made a run. James to Kent. Kent crosses it up. Guthrie, Zamatics. Oh, plays it out to Dickinson. Oh! Thought Zamatics might have been able to get it in there, but not quite. All right, another corner for us. So, I don't know if it's the stuff that I read by Bust the Net, but I'm feeling smarter today. I don't know if I actually learned anything, but trying to implement some of the stuff from his talks and videos. Well, that one was knocked out. Really don't want them. Knocked away. All right, so 3 shots. 2 of them are long. All right, possession's crept up a little bit here. Oh, you know what? I do want to try something else. No, not this. Yeah, we're going to work into the box. And then, well, we'll let that finish. And I want to go in here. And closing down. You want them to. You don't want your center backs to tackle harder. You want them to stay on their feet. I think that's what it said. So, but we do want to close down. And then these guys, we want to mark tighter, close down more, mark tighter, and we want to do that on both sides. Alright, think that's it. Alright, back to the game. Alright, Guthrie's offsides. Free kick for Newport. Sails high and wide. Murray signed a new contract with us. Oh, you know what? Yeah, structured counter. Okay. So I'm playing less risk. Alright, now let's see. Let's bump this up. I'm willing to take more risks, but I'm still playing slightly deeper. See what that does. We're out shooting them. Possession's not as good. Oh, Murray with a nice move to beat his first man. Guthrie drops it off to Lapsley. He's looking for the angle, can't find it. Prosser. And gets the foul. Alright. Plays it into the box, headed out. Oh, Lapsley with a good run. Able to knock it to James. What the hell was that? Alright, James plays it deep. Kent gets to it. Oh, come on. He was not offsides? Hello? Thank you. I'm like, dude, he's standing out there all by himself. Like a jaywalker in Times Square. Everybody should have seen that. Alright, James crosses it in at the keeper. Alright, possession is creeping up. Now again, the way I am thinking about this formation, the way I've got these guys set, my two center backs are not going to help with possession because they're just looking to boom the ball out and get it out of the box. Oh, there's a nice play in. Alright, Prosser heads it away over the goal. So that's going to hurt my possession a little bit. If I wanted to play a true possession game, I would probably turn that off or turn that down some. And I guess a lot of this game is trying to figure out exactly where, and I've said this through several videos, is where and how to make those tweaks. Which we're not fully sure about. Alright, since we're through 60 minutes, let's go to comprehensive. Just so we can see a little bit, I am going to substitute Zamotics for Fosu. That gets me a little more attacking there. Anybody else playing really dirt? No, nobody's playing really bad. You know, I'm going to bring in Bonnie since this is our last game. He's been my favorite player this year. Don't know why, but, you know, I think because he's a guy that I think I went out and found and, you know, was able to, you know, make something happen with him. You know, he scored a few goals and alright, there's our subs coming on. In fact, let's see. Bonnie. Yeah, I mean, 9 goals in 14 appearances just in the league and 11 goals in 19 for the whole season, playing a 704 rating. And he came over from, no, he was with Colchester, okay. 3 goals in 33 last year, 9 and 19 this year. So I was good for him, I guess. But yeah, so he's probably been my favorite player, one of my favorite players. So anyway, all right, Kent plays it up to Fosu, plays it through to Bonnie, offsides. Ah, come on, man, I was talking you up. Oh, nice defense by Lapsley. Slater plays it over. Bonnie, oh, knocked away. Fosu, saved by Day. Bonnie tried to split those guys down the crease. All right, a foul. That's going to set up a kick, but our direct kick takers are pretty atrocious. Dickinson normally takes them. Yep. And, yeah, that's high and wide. That's basically he was a Florida State kicker from the 1980s. Wide left. Golly. I guess that's just something that, you know, when you see guys that can't even do the, I mean, you know, somebody that's actually really, you know, pretty good at your level and just can't do the basics. All right, I'm going to make another sub here. I'd like Lapsley off with that yellow. That's dangerous, but Eastman's kind of running out, and I would like to maybe get... I'm going to bring McAllister on. McAllister's another guy that I really like. Let's see, McAllister. Okay, so I got him on a free, so this is actually somebody I did bring in. Not a lot of goals, 1 goal, 3 assists in 15 matches so far, but he's playing a 709. So I think at this level that's pretty good. 3 assists in 9 league matches. You know, so I've been very happy with him as well. Fosu plays it in. Who's that guy? Murray. So Murray had the ball, let them take it away. You got to play it faster. Oh, Prosser makes a nice run from that left back position. McAllister. Fosu tries to do a give and go, but he botched it. McAllister back to Fosu. James on a run. This could be our shot. Nope, knocked out for a corner. Shot-wise, we're winning. On target, we're winning. Chances, they have 0. We've gotten back to 50-50 possession. Holding them to 64%. So it would appear that... Oh, my wife must have just got home. The dog's going crazy. Sorry about that. Yeah, it looks like the support idea is going well. Fosu knocked over the goal. Doggone it. But it looks like that support idea is working really well. More players actually trying to get the ball away from the other team. So that appears to be working well.
Hi, I'm going upstairs. I guess while you go.
And the only other thing, tell you what, let's see if we can push attacking. Yeah, I still want to leave it there though. All right, oh, there's a run out to Bonnie. He makes the run out to pick it up. Cuts it in. Oh, he was looking to drop it back to Fosu, it looked like, for that shadow striker. Couldn't get it in, though. All right, Bonnie, McAllister, Murray. Looks like he got a foot or a head on the ball, but knocked it wide. Okay, so I'm seeing some positives here. You know, they're not great. And again, you know, how much of that is the tactic? Here's a question for you guys if you've watched this far. How much of what I see here, oh, come on, finish. Damn. Come on, Fosu, you got to put the ball in the net. Harry Kane would have, that's what I hear. I'm not even sure who Harry Kane really is. I know he's a player in the Premier side, I think, but that's about it. Couldn't even tell you who he played for. So how much of what I'm seeing here with the ability to like control the ball, bad passing, how much of that is my tactic and how much of that is just the players being, oh, here's a chance right at the keeper. How much of that is just these guys being, you know, League One, League Two level players? You know, if I was playing with a championship side or a Premier side, you know, would I see better results? I'm not sure that I would. My thinking is because the other team would have better players too. So we're on similar footing, so I should be able to see similar results. Like that one go right through my guy's head and he can't jump high enough or whatever to hit it. Alright, so we are attacking. We've taken over possession. Bonnie back to Lapsley. Come on, guys. We need one more shot here. Make a run. Or not. Well, we get a draw. At least it's not a defeat. Alright. Yeah, we'll take some I saw some positives, so that's good. Kent, man of the match. 31 interceptions. That seems like a lot. 16 headers. 8.1 rating. I'll take that. I don't think anybody played horribly. So we'll leave the match here. Alright, so schedule. So, we've been on a really bad run. We had that one win over Luton. Other than that, we've had 2 draws, and that's in the last, 4, 8, 10 games, 10 matches? So, I think a draw we settled, but that's 4 matches in a row we haven't scored. Now, again, I've been bouncing around different tactics, just looking at different things. You know, we've tried the 4-3-3, the 4-4-1-1. I even downloaded a tactic to try that. And I'm having a lot of success with this tactic in another save that I'm doing where I'm playing with downloaded tactics. But I am, we went in here, we modified this tactic. We took the base 4-4-1-1 that we put in last episode. We changed out some things to the support roles and the defend duties. And we tried to look at, in the team selection, we looked at where we thought the pressure would come from the other team. And we tried to adjust that accordingly here, in particular with keeping James back on support and not running him up. And, as we saw, I saw James make several cross attempts in that match, so he was still getting all the way down to the touchline, even as a support player, when the opportunity presented itself. So, hey, I see a lot of things that I liked there. Maybe I did learn something, but I know there's quite a few more of the videos from Bust the Net that I need to look at and try to incorporate into my thought process. So yeah, let me know what you think. We'll praise him. He had a great game. Top notch, man. Top notch. Doncaster fired their boss. I didn't get fired, so that's good. Yeah, I'm still with Colchester, so good game for good. That's a good thing for me. So as we wrap this series up, I'd kind of like some feedback just in general. What do you guys think of it? How do you think I did? what are some things that I definitely need to look at improving, so I can take that suggestion, and when I'm going through the bust the net videos and other videos and stuff that I'm reading, make sure that I'm looking into those areas in particular. Is it working on duty still? Is it team instructions? Is it whatever? Um, so, let me know that. And then, of course, as we mentioned at the beginning, let me know out of our two options, leads or a Brazil save. Let me know what you think about that. And I will take it under advisement. Again, this will be the last video for the Help a Yank series for FM17. I may bring it back. Let me know. Should I bring it back in FM18? On the side of another save. I don't know. I kind of want to just do one save at a time and not get spread too thin. And I think in the process of doing a let's play, whether it's just a team save or a journeyman style career save, that we can also address some of the same questions. I can ask those questions and maybe play at a little bit faster clip. In this one, like I said though, I was really looking for a lot of feedback and wanting to give you the longer videos. So guys, if you took the time to watch any of these, especially if you watch them in their entirety, thank you very much, because I don't know many people that once you see a video over 20, 25 or 30 minutes, I think that's a turnoff. But in this series, I felt it was needed and warranted. I think in a standard series, of course, it would not be. And most of my other series, you see that I subscribe to that philosophy. So, and of course, I will do that in a standardized FM18 save as well. So, it has been great taking this journey with you. It has been great hearing your feedback and your thoughts. The thoughts for my son, thank you for that. I do hope none of you leave the channel here, with the 2-week break. I will still have videos coming up at least every other day, but they will be from other series. Again, if I get some playing time in this save, I may come back and do kind of a recap, kind of show you where I'm at and what happened the rest of the year, maybe at the end of the season if I get there. But thank you so very much, and we will see you guys in another 2 weeks with FM18, and I will be looking for your feedback and thoughts on what direction we go with the release of that game. Thank you guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave comments, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye now.